Hello and welcome to the feature of the week. In the last video, we talked about the data formatting feature of MonolixSuite applications. Today, we will show you how you can easily save and reapply data formatting steps on multiple datasets. Saved data formatting steps are called data formatting presets. This feature is the most useful when, across different projects and datasets, you work with the same dataset format all the time, the one that differs from the format required for MonolixSuite applications. Thanks to this feature, you actually do not need to go through the data formatting steps each time. Here, I have two datasets that come from two different projects, but have the same format. We can see that the datasets have data below LOQ denoted as 0, and the dose amount is present on each line, although these are single dose datasets with the dose time 0. We can load one of the two datasets and perform the data formatting steps in the Initialization, Observations and Treatments tabs. In the Initialization tab, we have chosen the ID, Time and Sort columns. If my datasets always have the same headers, I can always apply the same tagging, so I can later save the initialization in the preset. In the Observation tab, I have selected which column corresponds to the observations and define the LOQ. If I have defined the LOQ by reading the value from a column, and I always have the same headers, I also want to reapply these steps all the time and can save the observation step in the preset. If instead I would have typed the value of the LOQ, I may still save the observation in the presets, but I need to remember that I may want to adjust the LOQ value after the preset has been applied, if the LOQ is different for the new dataset. In the Treatment tab, I have defined the treatment. If I'm always working with single doses given at time 0 and with the amount read from a dataset column, I can save it in the preset to always apply the same action. If, on the contrary, the way the treatment is defined will change from dataset to dataset, it is better not to save the treatment step. Note that you can save several presets, one with the treatment information and one without, for instance. We can see, after clicking on the Preview button, that the dataset is now properly formatted. Let's say that we now want to reapply the same steps on the second dataset. We can click on the New button to save the data formatting steps we just applied as a preset. Here we can choose the name and the description of the preset we want to use and decide which steps of the data formatting we want to save. Additionally, you can select the preset as a default preset to be applied immediately after loading and initializing a dataset in the data formatting module across all applications of MonolixSuite. Once we save the preset, a summary of all saved steps gets automatically added to the description. Let's start a new project now and load the second dataset. A requirement to use the data formatting preset is to perform the data initialization. If I apply a preset that contains initialization information, this step will be overwritten. After tagging the ID and time columns, I can click on Apply and select the previously saved preset, and it will automatically apply all of the data formatting steps saved in it. So I just need to click on Preview and accept the dataset to start working on my project. If parts of the presets cannot be applied, for example, if the LOQ value should be read from a column that doesn't exist in the dataset, that part of the preset will not be applied, and a warning will appear. All of the other steps will still be applied. Created presets can be browsed and edited by clicking on Settings, Manage Presets, Data Formatting. Here you can, for example, edit names and descriptions of the presets. If you want to share a preset with your coworker or use it on a different computer, it is possible to export the presets as LIXPST files. They can easily be shared and imported on another computer using this same window. Another important thing to note is that data formatting presets are shared across the applications. That means that if you save a preset using pkAnalyx, you can use and edit the same preset in Monolix. Thank you for watching and have a nice week.